Welcome back to Tungal College online classes. Hello students, how are you all? In last class you learned chemical properties of phenols. The today's topic is ethers. The ethers are defined as the substitution of hydrogen atom in a hydrocarbon by alkoxy or aryloxy group gives another class of compounds known as ethers. Now let us understand what is the exact meaning of this statement by taking an example. I am taking a CH4 hydrocarbon. So this is hydrocarbon. From this hydrocarbon, I am removing one hydrogen. I am removing hydrogen. I am substituting an alkoxy group. So I am labeling as OCH3. I am adding alkoxy group to this hydrocarbon by removing hydrogen. Alkoxy group generally can represent as OR. So this we have to call as alkoxy. Or arylox we can show as this is aryloxy. This is aryloxy. So I am removing one hydrogen from the hydrocarbon and I am substituting alkoxy group or arylox group. First I took alkoxy group. Then the product is CH. One hydrogen is removed. Remaining we have is CH3 bond. This OCH3 we have to add to it. OCH3. So this compound is nothing but ether. So this compound is nothing but ether. I am taking one more example. Same hydrocarbon I am taking CH4 and I am removing one hydrogen from this hydrocarbon and I am adding aryloxy group now. So aryloxy benzene ring we have to add O benzene ring. This one aryloxy group. Then what is the product we are going to get here is what is the product is CH4 will become CH3 and we have to add this group O benzene ring. So this is also ether. Now by taking this we can define the ether as the substitution of hydrogen atom in hydrocarbon by alkoxy or aryloxy group gives another class of compounds. This class of compounds are known as ethers. Now let us write this statement. The substitution of hydrogen atom in hydrocarbon by alkoxy or aryloxy group aryloxy group gives another class of compounds known as ethers. So this is the definition of ethers. Next topic is classification of ethers. Classification of ethers. Ethers classified into two types. They are, the first one is simple or symmetrical ethers and the second one is mixed or unsymmetrical ethers. Let us write them. Ethers, two types. One is simple ethers or also called as symmetrical ethers, and the second category is mixed or also called as unsymmetrical ethers. Now let us discuss one by one in detail. Then first one, simple or symmetrical ethers. The alkyl or aryl groups attached to the oxygen atom are same. The ethers are simple or symmetrical ethers. Now let us understand what is the meaning of this statement by taking an example. I am taking CH3 OCH3. So look at this molecule. To this oxygen, alkyl groups attached are same. So this is CH3, here also CH3. Alkyl groups attached to the oxygen are same. That ethers are called as simple or symmetrical ethers. We'll take one more example. CH3, CH2O, CH2, CH3. If you look at this example, in this case, to this oxygen, here is C2H5, CH3, CH2. This side also CH2, CH3. So both sides alkyl groups are same. This alkyl group is called as ethyl group. This side is ethyl group. This side also ethyl group. So on both sides of oxygen, alkyl groups attached are same. Such ethers are called as simple or symmetrical ethers. Now write the sentence. The alkyl or aryl. The alkyl or aryl groups attached to the oxygen are same. The alkyl or aryl groups attached to the oxygen are same. These ethers are simple or symmetrical ethers. Now coming to the second category, mixed or unsymmetrical ethers. In this case, I am taking an example. CH3O, CH2, CH3. CH3O, CH2, CH3. Look at this example. What is the difference we find is to this oxygen, one side is methyl, and another side is what is alkoxy group? C2H5. CH2 is nothing but this is ethyl. So one side is methyl, another side is ethyl group is there. So both alkyl groups attached to the oxygen are different. Such ethers are mixed or unsymmetrical ethers. Let us take one more example. CH3O, I am writing here as a benzene ring. Look at this. In this case, this side is methyl group is there, this side is a phenyl ring is there, phenyl group is there. So both this alkyl and phenyl both are different, so that this also comes under mixed or unsymmetrical ethers. You can take one more example. CH3, CH2O, I am taking it is a benzene ring, phenyl group. Look at this. It is also an example of unsymmetrical. This side we have is ethyl group, or this side we have is phenyl, benzene ring is there. So both groups attached to the oxygen are different. Such ethers are called as mixed or unsymmetrical ethers. Write the same sentence. The alkyl or aryl groups. The alkyl or aryl groups, I am writing groups here. Alkyl and aryl groups attached to oxygen are different. Attached to oxygen are different. These are mixed or unsymmetrical. Different will be the alkyl groups or aryl groups will be different. We have to call them as unsymmetrical or mixed ethers. Alkyl groups and aryl groups are same. We have to call them as simple or symmetrical ethers. So these are the classification of ethers. Next topic is nomenclature of ethers. We have two systems of nomenclatures of ethers. The first one is common system or common names of ethers. The second one is IUPAC system. Now let us discuss one by one in detail. The first one is common names. First one, common names. To write the common names of ethers, we have to follow the rules. Now let us discuss rules. The common names of ethers derived from the names of alkyl or aryl groups written as a separate words in alphabetical order and adding the word ether at the end. First let us write the sentence, then we will discuss it. The common names of ethers are derived from the names of alkyl or aryl group alkyl or aryl groups written as a separate words in alphabetical order, written as separate in alphabetical order, and adding the word ether at the end, adding the word ether at the end. So this is the one rule. And another one is if both alkyl groups are same, we have to add a prefix di before the alkyl group. So read the sentence. If both alkyl groups are same, then add prefix di before the name of alkyl group. So this is the second one. If both alkyl groups are same, so we have to add prefix di, this one, prefix di before the name of alkyl group. So these two rules we have to follow while writing the common names of ethers. Now let us discuss some common names of ethers by applying these rules. First I am taking an example CH3O CH2CH3. This is the example I took. First we have to identify what is the alkyl group in the molecule. The here alkyl group is methyl. This alkyl group is called as ethyl. Then what we have to do is we have to write these methyl and ethyl groups in alphabetical order, separate words. Look at the rule. The common names of ethers are derived from names of alkyl aryl groups written as separate words in alphabetical order. We have to write them in alphabetical order. First we have to find out which is the come first. Here is E will be there, here is M will be there. First we have to write E. So ethyl, then we have to write M, methyl. Then what we did, we wrote alkyl groups in a alphabetical order. After that and adding the word ether at the end. So this end we have to add ether. So ethyl, methyl, ether. So what we did is alkyl groups we wrote as a separate words in alphabetical order. Then at the end we added ether. The name of this compound is ethyl, methyl, ether. Now let us take one more example. I am taking CH3O, I am taking benzene ring here. This is the molecule given. This molecule, this is alkyl group is methyl. Already we are familiar. This is methyl. What is the name of this group? This group is phenyl. Benzene as substance will be taken as phenyl. So phenyl. So we have to arrange them in alphabetical order. Which will come first? M and O P. M will come first. Then we have to write P. The name is methyl. Then we have to write phenyl. Methyl, phenyl. At the end, what we have to add? Ether. So the name of this compound is methyl phenyl ether. I am taking one more example. CH3, CH2O. Again, I am taking a benzene ring. Right. Look at this one. This common will be written as this is what? C2H5. Nothing but ethyl group. This is ethyl. This is what? Phenyl. The name is this is E. Start with E. This will be start with P. Then what we have to write? First this one. What is this? Ethyl. Then what we have to write? Phenyl. Ethyl, phenyl, ether. So the common name of this one is ethyl, phenyl, ether. So I am taking one more example. CH3O, CH2, Look at this. In this example, I took two different alkyl group. Here is we have is methyl. and this is nothing but what? 1, 2, 3. 3 in the sense prop. This is propyl. This is, we have to write propyl, and all carbons are in a straight chain. Straight chain in the sense we have to label it as N. So N propyl. The name is this is methyl, this is pro. So M will come first. This is M methyl, this is propyl. P we have to consider propyl. So we have to write the name is methyl N propyl. Methyl N propyl. At the end we have to write ether. So the name of this compound is methyl N propyl ether. I am taking one more same example. I am taking another way as CH3O CH CH3 CH3. Look at this example. In this example, same molecule CH3O same, but the chain I took in the form of a branch. One branch I took. So this, what is the name of this compound? This is already, we know, this is start with methyl. This is methyl, and this is 1, 2, 3. 3 carbons is the propyl. But this group we have to, this group we have to call as iso group. Previous classes I said whenever the molecule will be CH3 CH3. This group is there, we have to call it as a iso group. So this is what? CH3 CH3. These two are same. So this group is name is iso group. Iso, number of carbons is propyl. Isopropyl. So methyl we have to take as a P. Methyl isopropyl. We have to take, here is consider P we have to consider. Then methyl isopropyl. Methyl isopropyl. Next we have it, and then we have to add ether. Methyl isopropyl ether. Now let us apply this rule. So if both alkyl groups are same, then add prefix di before the name of alkyl group. I am taking an example of CH3O CH3. Look at this example. In this example, CH3O CH3 both alkyl groups are same, methyl and methyl. So when the both alkyl groups are same, we have to add prefix di. So di we have to 1, 2 methyl groups di. What are the alkyl groups? Methyl, dimethyl ether. At the end we have to add ether. The name of this compound is dimethyl ether. I'll take one more example. CH3 CH2O CH2 CH3. This is the example. So what is the name of this compound? Here we have 1, 2 ethyl. This is 1, 2 ethyl. Both are ethyl. So name is diethyl. This is ethyl. Diethyl. Then at the end we have write ether. The name of this compound is diethyl ether. If both alkyl groups are same, in such case we have to use the prefix di, and before the name of the alkyl, we have to write the di before the name of the alkyl group. So this is another rule to write the names of common names of ethers. So these are some examples, and these are rules and regulations to write the names of common names of ethers. Next, IUPAC names of ethers. To write the IUPAC names of ethers, we have to follow certain rules. Now let us discuss the rules. The first one is the name of ethers written as a alkoxy alkane. First rule we will write it. The name of ether, the names of ethers written as alkoxy alkane. The name of ether written as alkoxy alkane. That is the first. The second one is the large group is chosen as a parent hydrocarbon. The large group, that means the large alkyl group is chosen as a parent hydrocarbon. This is the second one. The third one is the small group with oxygen is written as a alkoxy group. The small group The small group with oxygen is written as alkoxy group. So these are the rules and regulations we have to follow to write the IUPAC names of ethers. Now we will discuss the IUPAC names of some ethers by applying these rules. I am taking an example CH3O CH2 CH3. Look at this molecule. First what we have to do is we have to identify which alkyl group is the big one, which is the small one. We have to identify first. Now here is only one carbon is there. Here is 2 carbons is there. So 2 carbons is there, here is 1 carbon is there. When compared to this CH3, C2H5 is the big one. So this will be taken as large. Here is mentioned large group is chosen as parent hydrocarbon. This group will be taken as a parent hydrocarbon. And the next one is small group with oxygen is written as alkoxy group. This small group with oxygen. This group will be written as alkoxy group. That means this is methyl. We have to write as methoxy. This will be written as methoxy group. Then while writing the name of the compound, we have to follow alkoxy alkane. So first we have to write alkoxy group, then we have to write the parent hydrocarbon. Then what is alkoxy here? Methoxy. The name is methoxy. 2 carbons in the sense 2 carbons we have to write ether. So this is ethane. Methoxy ethane, alkoxy alkane. First we have to write alkoxy, then we have to write alkane. Here is methoxy, then we have to write this is ethane, methoxy ethane. So let us take one more example for better understanding. I am taking CH3 CH2O CH2 CH3. Clear? This is the example I took. In this example, we have to identify which is the big alkyl group. 1, 2, 3 carbons is there. But here how many? 1, 2 carbons. So this is the small one. CH3 is the small one when compared to CH2 CH3. Then small group with oxygen is written as alkoxy group. This is the alkoxy group. This is alkoxy group. Then what is the name of this alkoxy? This is 1 to 2 carbons in the sense this is ethyl. Ethyl with oxygen we have to write as ethoxy. This group is ethoxy. Here is how many carbons? 1, 2, 3 carbons in the sense we have to write propane. And one more point is this is 3 carbons either we have to give numbering to it where this ethoxy group is present. So this is numbering 1, this is number 2, this is number 3. So we have to give numbering to this parent chain in such a way that the substituent will get the lowest number. That will already be know. So here is we are giving numbering this 1, 2, 3. At first position what is the group is present? Ethoxy group is present. Write the name of the group. 1, 1, this group is called as ethoxy. 1 ethoxy, 1, 2, 3. 3 in the sense we have to write propane. So 1 ethoxy propane. So this meaning is at first position ethoxy group is present. So alkoxy alkane. This one represented the where this alkoxy group is present in a chain. Then I am taking one more example. CH3O CH2 CH3. Look at this example, you will understand clear. CH3 CH2 CH2 CH3. Now look at this example. Here is a first one, this is the second one, this is the third one. Then this group name is what? This group is a methyl group with oxygen, you have to call as a methoxy. This is methoxy. The name of this compound is a methoxy. First we have to write alkoxy. Methoxy number of carbons 1, 2, 3. And one more thing is where this methoxy group is present at first position. 1 methoxy. Then number of carbons 1, 2, 3. Methoxy propane. The name of this compound is methoxy propane. Same molecule I will arrange in a different way. Suppose I am taking the molecule is like this. CH3 CHO CH3. These two molecules similar will be there, but position of the alkoxy group I changed. Here alkoxy group represented first position. I changed the alkoxy group position. Then what is the name of this compound? So we have to give numbering from one end to another end. So substituent will get the lowest number. That rule already we know very well. So this is number 1, this is number 2, this is number 3. And give numbering from this direction 1, 2, 3. Here also will get same numbering. Same. Alkoxy group get the same number, second position. Then we have to write at which position alkoxy group is present to second position. Write the substituent. 2, write that position. 2 methoxy. This OCH3 is called as a methoxy. 2 methoxy. 1, 2, 3. So we have to write as propane. 2 methoxy propane. I am taking one more example here. CH3, CHO, C2H5O, CH3. Then what is the name of this compound? This will be taken as alkoxy. What is that? Ethoxy. 1, 2, 3. The name of this compound is 2-ethoxy. 2-ethoxy. 1, 2, 3 carbons. So we have to write as propane. Ethoxy propane. So this is the name of this compound. Next example. I am taking benzene ring. Upon this benzene ring, OCH3 group is present like this. Then what is the name of this compound? This is a methyl group is a small group. Then we have to take it as a methyl group ethoxy is taken as a methoxy alkoxy group. This will be taken as a methoxy, and this is taken as a benzene. So methoxy benzene. Name of this compound is methoxy benzene. The name of this compound is methoxybenzene. I am taking one more example. Benzene. Upon this O, C2H5, CH3CH2. So when compared to the benzene, this is a small group. It will be taken as a alkoxy group. This is alkoxy group, nothing but ethyl. The name of this group is the ethyl with oxygen is called as ethoxy. Then ethoxy. Then we have to write benzene. Ethoxybenzene. Name of this compound is ethoxybenzene. I am taking one more example of cyclic compound I am taking. Suppose the compound is given like this, and upon this OCH3 group is present. OCH3. Then this is what? Methoxy. This is what? Cyclohexane. This is a cyclohexyl group. We are writing a cyclohexane. Then methoxy, cyclohexane. This group we have to write as methoxy. This group we will written as cyclohexane. Methoxy cyclohexane. I am taking one more example. Then what is the name of this compound? What is the name of this compound? Here is, this is already, you know, this is a ethoxy group. This is a we have to take it as a cyclohexane. Then the name is ethoxy cyclohexane. So this is the name of this compound. Suppose upon this molecule some more substance will be there. Suppose I am taking like this. Here is a one CH3 group is present. Here is another CH3 group present. Here O C2H5 group is present. Imagine this is the molecule. Look at this example well. This is the molecule. Here is two methyl groups is there and one ethoxy group is present. Then how do you write the name of this compound? So we have to give numbering to this ring in clockwise as well as anti-clockwise direction. So we have to follow lowest to sum rule. We have to give numbering in a clockwise and anti-clockwise, and we have to follow lowest sum rule. I am giving numbering from clockwise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So while giving numbering, which position there is a substituent? At first position, how many is there? 1, and this is the 2 substituents is there. So 1 plus 1 plus at second position we have a more substituent plus 2, that is equal to total will get 4. We have to follow lowest sum rule. We have to follow lowest sum rule. This direction 1 plus 1 plus 2, that is equal to 4. First position 2 substituent 1, this is the 2, so that I took 1 plus 1. And at second position one more substituent is this 2, that is equal to total 4. I am giving the numbering from anti-clockwise. Anti-clockwise, this is the 1, this is the 2, 3, 4, 5, this is the 6. Now follow the lowest sum rule. According to anti-clockwise direction, 1 plus, and one more is there, 1 plus the last group is present at 6th position, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th position, this position, then plus 6, that is equal to 8 we got. Then which number, which direction we are getting lowest number, that number we have to follow. So this number we are getting 4, here is getting 8. So this is the correct, this is the wrong, lowest number we have to take. The name of this compound. So at we have to arrange this substance in a, we have to arrange these groups in a alphabetical order. This is what? Ethoxy. Ethoxy, this one. And this is what? Just methyl. Just they are methyl groups. And what is the name of this compound? So ethoxy present at this numbering is correct. Clockwise, this numbering is correct. This is the 1, this is the 2. At second position we have ethoxy group. The name is 2-ethoxy. 2-ethoxy. At first position 1, 1. How many methyls is there? 2. 1, 1 dimethyl. 1, 1 dimethyl. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 carbons. 6 carbons is there. 6 carbon in the sense we have to write one more thing is we are using multiplicative prefix. So this di indicates the 2 methyl groups present on a 1 carbon, the same carbon. So 1, 1 dimethyl, then cyclo. This how many rings contain how many carbons? 6. So that we are writing as hexane. Hexane. The name of this compound is 2-ethoxy 1, 1 dimethyl cyclohexane. Then let us take one more example. I am taking, so this is the methyl group. Here also methyl group is present. Here is OC2H5. Ethyl group is present. Ethoxy group is present. Then we have to give the numbering to this compound. Then this is the number 1, this is the number 2, number 3, number 4 and number 5. This is this molecule contain 5 carbons. Then we have to follow lowest sum rule. We have to give numbering in a clockwise direction and anti-clockwise direction. First I give in a clockwise direction. Where is the substance present? At first position, how many is there? 1, and this is another one, 2 is there. So 1 plus 1. And at second position, one more is there. So 1 plus 1 plus 1 is equal to 4. Lowest sum rule we have to follow. Similarly, this case also we have to follow. Then anti-clockwise 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then anti-clockwise direction at first position 2 is there. 1 plus 1 plus the another substance present at fifth position. So 5, that is equal to 2 plus 5, that is equal to 7. So which direction is numbering is correct in the sense lowest number is the correct we have to take. So this numbering is correct. This numbering is 7 is numbering is wrong. Then we have to write the name of this compound. So we have to write the name of the compound by arranging these substance in an alphabetical order. This is what OC2H5, nothing but OCH3CH2. This is ethoxy. This is ethoxy. What about this one? These groups are called nothing but methyl. These groups are methyl. Then what is the name of this compound we have to write? Then first we have to write start with E, then we have to write M. At which position? Second position. Then 2-ethoxy. 2-ethoxy. At first position 2 methyls. 1, 1. How many is there? 1, 2. 2 in the sense we have to write di. 2 will be there. We have to use the multiplicative prefix di. Di. What are these? Methyl, dimethyl. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 carbons is there. So cyclic ring is cyclopentane. Cyclopentane. That is the name of the compound. 2-ethoxy 1, 1 dimethyl cyclopentane. So number of carbons is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that we are using pentane. I will take one more example. Other example, I am taking CH3O CH2 O CH3. Look at this molecule. If you look at this molecule, this is one methoxy group and this is another methoxy group. There are 2 methoxy groups present in a molecule. 2 methoxy groups will be taken as substrate. Here is a parent hydrocarbon. These are alkoxy. We have taken as alkoxy groups. This parent, 2 carbons, this will be taken as a parent chain. So give numbering to it. 1. This is the second one. So this is the first one. This is the second one. Then what is the name of this compound? So first we have to start with the alkoxy group. What are these? Alkoxy, how many is there? 2 is there. So this is first position and second position. 1, 2. 1, 2, both are same. Both are same in the sense we have to use di. alkoxy nothing but methoxy, 1,2 dimethoxy, 2 carbons is there. 2 carbons since we have to write ethane. So 1,2 dimethoxy, 1,2 dimethoxy ethane. This is the name of this compound. I am taking another example. CH3 CH2O CH2 CH2 CH2O CH2 CH3. This is the example letter. What is the name of this compound? How do you write it? So here is this is alkoxy, oxygen with ethyl group, alkoxy. This is another alkoxy group. 2 alkoxy groups is present. Middle 3 carbons, 1, 2, 3. It will be taken as a parent hydrocarbon. Give it numbering 1, 2, 3. Then what is the name of this compound? 1, 2, 3. Here is this is oxygen with ethyl group. We have to call as ethoxy. Ethoxy. How many is that? 2. At which positions? First position and third position. At first position and third position. Name of this compound is 1, 3 diethoxy. 1, first position, third position ethoxy groups is there. 1, 3 diethoxy and 1, 2, 3 parent hydrocarbon has a parent alkyl group has 3 carbons. Then we have to write propane. 3 carbons since we have to use prop. So this is propane. The name is 1, 3 diethoxy propane. So this is the name of this compound. So these are the some IUPAC names of ethers. Next topic is preparation of ethers. In that first one, dehydration of alcohols. The first one is dehydration of alcohols. Dehydration of alcohols. Alcohols undergo dehydration in presence of protic acids such as H2SO4, H3SO4 gives the product either alkene or ether depending upon the reaction condition. So now let us understand what is the meaning of this statement. I am taking an alcohol CH3 CH2OH. This is alcohol. And this reaction I am carrying out in presence of an acid H2SO4. In the first case I am taking temperature is 140 degrees centigrade. Temperature I am maintaining 140 degrees centigrade. The temperature is 140 degrees centigrade. The product is ether. CH3 CH2O CH2 CH3. This is the product. If the temperature is high, 170 degrees centigrade, then the product is CH2 double bond CH2. So this is alkene. This is alkene. This is what? Ether. So temperature is 140, the product is ether. The temperature is 170, the product is alkene. So the product formation in a reaction depends upon what is the conditions we are taking. So this is a dehydration of alcohol. What is the statement? Alcohols undergo dehydration in presence of protic acids such as H2SO4, H3SO4, H3PO4 gives the product either ether or alkene depending upon the reaction condition. Write the sentence. Alcohols undergo dehydration. Alcohol undergo dehydration. Dehydration in presence of protic acid. In presence of protic acids such as H2SO4, H3PO4 gives the product either ether or alkene. Either alkene depending on reaction condition. depending on reaction condition. So based on the reaction condition, we can expect the product either that may be ether or alkene. Ether or alkene will get. This is a dehydration of alcohols. Mechanism for dehydration of alcohols. Mechanism involves 3 steps. Mechanism involves 3 steps. Step number 1. Step 1. So first protonation of alcohol. This alcohol molecule we have to treat with H2SO4. Then protonation of alcohol. Step 1, protonation of alcohol. This is the step 1. Then first we have to take alcohol molecule and treat with H plus. Right, alcohol molecule, that one I am taking CH3, CH2, OH plus. And we have to treating with the acid. From acid get H plus. The lone pair electrons present upon the oxygen will attack upon this proton. As a result, the product is CH3, CH2, O. Already it has one hydrogen, OH, and we have to add one more hydrogen. This hydrogen attaching to this oxygen. Then oxygen with 3 bonds, it will be taken as a positive charge. This is a protonated alcohol. The product is protonated alcohol. Then what is the protonated alcohol product we got? Then take in a step 2. Take it in a step 2. In step 2, so what is the product we got? Protonated alcohol. Again take here. So this molecule will be again attacked by the another alcohol molecule. The step 2 is attack of alcohol molecule on protonated alcohol. This meaning is first we have to take this protonated alcohol here, and this protonated alcohol is attacked by the alcohol molecule. So first I am writing this alcohol molecule CH3, CH2, OH. This is the alcohol molecule. Then write protonated alcohol. I am writing here protonated alcohol CH3, CH2, OH with positive charge. Here is another H. Then this here is lone pair of electrons is there. This lone pair electron present on the alcohol will attack on this carbon. Attack upon this carbon. The bond between carbon dioxide undergo cleavage like this. The bond between carbon dioxide will undergo cleavage. As a result, what is the product we can expect? Here is the product I am writing CH3, CH3, CH2, CH2, this O to this hydrogen is there. Hydrogen I am rewriting hydrogen, clear. And this is attacking upon this carbon. Then CH2, this CH3. And this oxygen has with a positive charge. Here also the oxygen 3 bond will be taken as a positive charge. So this is the product formed in this step. And this OH element in the form of a HO and this H2 in the form of H2O. That is by product. Then what is the product formed in the second step? We'll take here step 3. Step 3. In step 3, we have to remove this proton from this product. So again take that product. What is the step is removal of proton. Third step is removal of proton. I am taking that one CH3, CH2O. This bond remains the same. Right, this CH2, CH3, and here is positive charge. This bond between the hydrogen and oxygen, this bond is moving towards oxygen. As a result, this bond is undergo cleavage. H plus will come outside. Then the product is CH3. This I am writing. Then CH2, CH3, CH2. Then I am writing oxygen. Then CH2, CH3. Then CH2. This is CH3. That is the product formed in this reaction. CH2CH3. Simply can write as this is C2H5O C2H5, and byproduct is H plus. So this is the product formed like this also you can write, product formed in this reaction. So this is the third step. Third step is what? Removal of proton. So the mechanism of dehydration of alcohols involves three steps. Step 1 is protonation of alcohol. Step 2 is attack of alcohol molecule. What is alcohol? Protonation of alcohol. First we have to take the protonation of alcohol. Then what is the product is formed? This product, that product is attacked by the one more alcohol molecule. Another alcohol molecule attacking upon the protonate alcohol molecule. Then this is the product we got. What is the product we got? We have to take here and we have to remove the proton. Removal of proton will produce ethers. This is a mechanism for dehydration of alcohols. One more important point is, in the dehydration of alcohols, the product formation is depending upon the reaction condition. Temperature is low, the product is ether. The temperature is very high, the product is alkene. So depending upon the reaction condition, the product will be decided. I will give one more example. Suppose I am taking a CH3, CH3OH. This is the reaction. And what is the product is formed in this reaction? That one we have to identify. What is the product? I am taking it is a H2SO4. Here also I am taking a H2SO4. This alcohol is a tertiary alcohol. This alcohol is tertiary alcohol. Listen carefully. This alcohol is what? Primary alcohol. Primary alcohol. And H2SO4, here also reaction condition, both the cases are maintaining the same. Any temperature you can maintain. Here the product is CH3 double bond CH2. That is the product. For this case, any reaction condition you can take any time. This condition you can take, this condition, any condition you can take. Then the product is CH3 double bond CH2. Double bond CH2. Now compare the product in both the cases. What is the product here? CH3. This is what? Alkene. This is what? Alkene. What about this one? This is also a alkene. Both are alkene. Now what the point you understand? If you take tertiary alcohols, whatever the reaction condition it may be, the product is alkene. But if you take a primary alcohol, alcohol is primary, not the tertiary. In such case, based on the reaction condition, we get formed either alkene or maybe a ether. So I think if you take a primary alcohol, the product will be decided by the reaction condition. That low temperature will produce ether, high temperature will produce low temperature is ether, high temperature is alkene. Primary alcohol, this point I will forget for primary alcohol. If we take tertiary alcohol, in such case the product is both the cases alkenes. So by this method we will prepare ethers by taking primary alcohols. Primary alcohols we have to take to produce ethers. So this is the preparation of ethers by dehydration of alcohols.